Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Hannah Knowles. In just a couple of hours, changes to the mask mandate for the state of Michigan will go into effect. We'll have more on that in just a few minutes. But first, a child is dead after an accidental shooting in Ottawa County. Now, according to the county sheriff's office, the incident happened around 7 p.m. yesterday in Blendon Township, where a 4-year-old was shot with a pellet gun. Officials say life-saving actions were performed before the child was taken to the hospital, where they died from their injuries. The shooting remains under investigation this morning. Moving now to a live look over the Cereal City. Let's head over to meteorologist Christina with a closer look at your weekend forecast.
It's a huge step on our path back to normal that we're able to take thanks to the vast majority of Michiganders who have gotten vaccinated and stepped up to protect their communities. We thank you.
Starting today, fully vaccinated Michiganders can leave their mask at home for almost any gathering and for most indoor places. Now, the latest public order allows vaccinated individuals to enter majority of indoor spaces mask-free. Many local businesses are jumping on board, while others have more questions concerned with enforcement, as there's no good way to know whether someone who is not wearing a mask is fully vaccinated.
We were just thinking that some people might be walking around without masks on, even if they weren't vaccinated. We don't know.
The government's mandate says business owners must make a good faith effort to ensure people not wearing masks are allowed to. Those efforts could include posting a sign notifying mask requirements, requiring masks from all patrons except, or other policies to ensure compliance with the latest mandate. Some business owners say they'll let customers in without masks, but they will require their employees to wear one.
You know, how can you worry about that? Because they're going to lie to you. If they've lied about it being vaccinated, I have no way of checking.
Right now, the state's 50% indoor dining capacity is still in place, as well as the 11 p.m. indoor service curfew. That curfew ends when 60% of Michigan residents get their first dose, which currently stands at 55.7%. And as for high school athletes, the Michigan High School Athletic Association announcing masks are no longer required for outdoor activities, including contact sports like soccer and lacrosse. Fully vaccinated individuals do not have to wear a mask for indoor activities. Non-vaccinated athletes will continue weekly testing through the end of May. Outdoor spectator limits do not change, but fans are no longer required to wear a mask outdoors.
It has been extremely difficult. At first, it's hard to adapt because soccer is usually a lot of running in general, and it's been a bit harder to adjust to wearing something that kind of restricts your breathing a little bit more.
I think it's the best news ever. I think it's just so nice to hear good news, and finally that we've turned the corner.
And Michigan lawmakers are enthusiastic following the new guidance from the CDC and Governor Whitmer on Friday. Senator Debbie Stabenow saying this should encourage more people to get vaccinated.
If we are fully vaccinated, we can get these darn masks off our faces. So let's go do it. Reach out to family and friends. We want to see everybody's beautiful, smiling face again, and we can do it. We just got to make sure everybody's got their shots.
West Michigan Congressman Peter Meijer also celebrating. The Republican lawmaker posted this video of himself Friday ripping off the face covering required sign from his office door, saying for some reason this Friday feels a little different. You've probably noticed gas prices fluctuating around the state, while also seeing people across the country loading up on fuel in what some experts are now calling gas hoarding. News Channel 3's Lexi Petrovich is in studio. And Lexi, you've been looking into what's causing this change in price and why. A traffic alert for you this weekend. Today, the J Drive North Bridge over I-69 will close for preventative maintenance work. That work includes patching, expansion joint replacements, and deep overlay. Traffic will be detoured on 15 Mile Road, L Drive North, and 16 Mile Road for the duration of the bridge work. Drivers are advised to seek alternative routes. And happening today on the Lake Shore, beach safety flags will fly again in South Haven as a new Lake Michigan beach safety initiative begins. Beachgoers can also sign up for a new alert service to receive updates on current conditions and red flag alerts. To sign up, text beaches to the number on your screen. That's 888-777. In your community at 9 a.m. today, the rescheduled Mayor's Ride will commence for the Kalamazoo Bike Week, which concludes today. The City of Portage and Kalamazoo's mayors will lead the 10-mile bike ride as part of the festivities, raising awareness for bike safety in the area. The event is free to riders, but does require registration. You can do that on their website, KalamazooBikeWeek.com. Today, in honor of Mental Health Awareness Month, Grand Rapids is hosting Stomp Out Stigma, a walk for mental health and suicide prevention. There will be a drive-through and park and walk set up at the downtown Grand Valley State University Seaward parking lot from 8 o'clock this morning to 10. The walk, rain or shine, begins at 9 along the Riverwalk. Registration is free, but participants are asked to raise money to receive a t-shirt. You can find out more information or how to register. That's on our website, wwmt.com.
I'm Natalie Brandon, Maryland, with a look at how these mobile vaccination units are helping deliver hope to communities struggling to get shots in arms.
And it is 7:09. We have a little bit of rain in our weekend forecast, but really not enough. Taking a look at those moderate drought conditions and that temperature trend, I think you're at least going to like where that goes. You're watching News Channel 3, live at 7.
The Biden administration is stepping up efforts to make getting the COVID-19 vaccine accessible for more Americans, especially in rural areas. CBS's Natalie Brand visits a resulting mobile vaccination clinic to see how it all works.
Time on the clock is 7:15. Time for morning trivia. And Hannah, of course, is in the hot seat this morning. All right, I saw so many people eating ice cream yesterday. It's ice cream weather. So I'm asking you, where was the banana split invented? Was it A, Pennsylvania, B, Ohio, C, Virginia, or D, right here in Michigan?
I feel like it can't be Michigan because I feel like I would know that. I feel like that would be like broadcasted somewhere.
Or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, you know how Michigan's super into like cherries. Everybody knows cherries are from Michigan. So
good thinking.
I'm going to rule that one out.
All right. It's out of here.
I don't know anything about Pennsylvania. I do know that you used to work there. Ohio, Virginia. Let's go with Ohio. Let's just throw a random one in there.
All right. So this is a little controversial. So Wilmington, Ohio claims to have invented the banana split, but they did not. It was invented in Latrobe, Pennsylvania. That's where my husband's from.
Okay, so
came up
you
with
would
this
know.
Question. Yeah, it's about 20 minutes away from me. It's where Arnold Palmer is from. Yeah, anyhow.
Well, it looks like Monday might be a good day to do some, you know, outdoor activities. Maybe
For
if you
sure.
can do some yard work
We can
or something.
finally do some planting.
Yeah.
By the way, have you ever had a banana split?
I
I
have.
forgot to ask you. Okay. You probably, if you haven't had a banana split at this
Are
point.
you living?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good question. And the answer is no.
No. All right. Thank you so much, Christina. Provide the music and they will come. How two musicians have taken to the road to play their music, and they're bringing the venue with them. They tickle the ivories in the tandem. Their melodies leave people memorized. And Sister Station reporter Chelsea Donovan introduces you to the two piano players putting out their music in a bold and unique way.
And a little bit of rain would be music to us meteorologists' ears. I mean, we need it so bad. I'm sure farmers, growers out there are feeling the repercussions of not having much rain this spring. On live Doppler radar, we can see a little bit of something trying to go on off to the west.
All right, Christina, thank you. With the approval of the Pfizer vaccine for teens, West Michigan isn't wasting time getting shots into arms, where you can get your 12 to 15-year-old vaccinated and yourself. And would you get a COVID-19 vaccine shot for $1 million? What state is offering the really enticing incentive to residents getting vaccinated? Changes are here for COVID-19 guidelines for sports in Michigan. Andy Pepper breaks them down, plus another promising game for the Tigers. That's live at 7:30.
It's News Channel 3, live at 7:30.
Good morning. You're watching News Channel 3. I'm Hannah Knowles. We're watching West Michigan this morning. Here's a look at the top developing stories. Following Following the CDC's latest mask guideline changes, starting today at 9 a.m., residents who are fully vaccinated are not required to wear a mask in the majority of indoor spaces. Businesses, though, are asked to mandate to make good faith efforts in posting requirements for their business. Although mask requirements have changed, the state's 50% indoor dining capacity and the 11 p.m. indoor service curfew remains the same. West Michigan is seeing higher prices at the pump thanks to a higher crude oil price and demands for fuel. Panic buying following the Colonial Pipeline cyber attack last week has had a significant impact on supply and prices as well. The pandemic has been kind to prices where people were forced to stay home, bringing gas prices down. But experts say they do expect a rise in prices with a spike around Memorial Day. And over to the lakeshore, South Haven will be flying beach safety flags today. It's part of a new Lake Michigan safety initiative. Beachgoers interested in enjoying the lakeshore this summer can sign up for a new alert service to receive updates on current conditions and red flag alerts. You can sign up by texting beaches to 888-777. Moving now to a live look over downtown Kalamazoo. Looks maybe a little cloudy out there. Let's head over to meteorologist Christina Anthony for a closer look at your forecast. All right, Christina, thank you. The relaxing mask guidelines are bringing forward a few questions, especially when it comes to who's vaccinated and who's not. Medical reporter Liz Bonus went one-on-one with the president's medical team to try and provide some answers. So far, 19 states have decided to lift mask mandates for the fully vaccinated. You can see all of those right here on your screen. Now, several of those states had already tossed mask mandates prior to the CDC's new guidance. The CDC director, Dr. Rochelle Walensky, says vaccinated people are safe around those not wearing a mask. If infected, they usually don't have severe symptoms.
For those breakthrough infections that can, rarely occur, for the most part, they are resulting in asymptomatic or very mild disease. So it's really quite safe for you, the vaccinated person. It's not safe for the unvaccinated person, especially if that person is taking off their mask.
As for major retailers and how they're handling the new mask requirements, Trader Joe's announcing online that it no longer requires masks for people who are fully vaccinated. Walmart and Sam's Club made the same announcement. Costco says its vaccinated customers can go maskless unless local mandates say otherwise. Meanwhile, other retailers aren't getting rid of their mask requirements just yet. Meijer, Target, CVS, Home Depot, and Macy's are just some of the stores where you'll still have to mask up, even if you are fully vaccinated. And if you're a West Michigan teen that still needs to be vaccinated, you can roll up your sleeve to get a COVID-19 shot today. One parent says getting her 13-year-old son vaccinated puts her family on the safe path back to normalcy.
And it's not only about Elliot being safe from COVID, but it's about him not spreading it to others also.
The Allegan County Health Department has their vaccination clinic at Hamilton High School today. That's from 9 this morning to 4 p.m. Walk-in appointments are available from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Individuals ages 12 to 17 will need parental or legal guardian consent to receive the vaccine. The Calhoun County Public Health Department is also vaccinating teens and the public at the fairgrounds today. The drive-through clinic runs from 9 a.m. to 2:30, providing the Pfizer vaccine. The second shot will be scheduled for June 10th or June 12th. Individuals ages 12 to 17 will also need parental or legal guardian consent to receive the vaccine. Now, there are many organizations in West Michigan giving kids 12 to 15 a chance to get vaccinated. You can find where to get your child the COVID-19 shot and sign them up on our website, wwmt.com. West Michigan residents ages 18 and older can get their shot at the Athens Fire Department drive-through clinic today. It runs from 9 a.m. to noon. The second dose of the Moderna vaccine will be administered June 12th. No appointment is necessary, but staff is asking you print and complete the required forms to keep the lines moving. A new study suggests spacing out Pfizer vaccine doses improves immunity against the virus. Researchers at the University of Birmingham in England found people receiving the doses 12 weeks apart instead of 3 had 3.5 times more antibodies, which could help protection last longer. The study found that people who got both doses have a high level of protection against COVID-19 on either schedule. Ohio is offering some incentives to its residents to get them excited about taking the shot. Adults 18 and older able to win $1 million in 5 drawings in 5 weeks, and 12 to 17-year-olds have a chance to win a full ride scholarship at any Ohio university.
I like the idea of this sort of like tying into a broader cultural effort to try to build up enthusiasm and sort of like a sense of public support around this idea. And as some of my colleagues put it, sort of normalizing the idea of getting vaccinated.
Vale says the end point of vaccinations is still really important. That money or the possibility of it could certainly help get more people vaccinated. With kids spending more time at home and on the internet during COVID-19 shutdown, something unexpected happened. Authorities say sex trafficking online doubled. And it's not just happening in poor neighborhoods, it's also happening among the rich and famous. Some authorities consider child exploitation and trafficking to be Hollywood's elephant in the room, long the subject of rumors and rambling accusations. And independent film producer John Paul Rice says child abuse in Hollywood is very real.
The human trafficking and the Epstein and the Maxwell and the Weinstein came out, more and more questions were raised, more and more questions were asked, and then the silence of Hollywood is what told them that it was really, really bad.
But the problem of child trafficking and abuse goes far beyond Hollywood. U.S. Marshals on a recent rescue operation in Atlanta say a lot of kids that end up trafficked are not always trafficked by large organized rings, but often by people they know and trust. This week on Full Measure, a look into this dark American scandal. The mask mandate brings changes for West Michigan athletes and spectators. Plus, are the Tigers making a turnaround in their season? Sports director Andy Pepper has the latest sports highlights. That's all coming up next.
And it's 7:39. The sun has been up officially for about an hour now, but already the clouds taking over when they eventually lead to some much needed rainfall. That's just minutes away. Stay with us.
Continues right now.
It's been an exciting 24 hours in Michigan sports with the new mask guidelines changing requirements for spectators and athletes. Sports director Andy Pepper joining us to give you the latest details on those changes and the highlights in today's Sports Minute. There's plenty of sports coverage to catch up on today on News Channel 3. At 1 p.m., the American Cornhole League hosts the ACL Pro Shootout #1 Finals. Following that at 2 p.m. is the PGA of American Special, the PGA Hope, helping our Patriots everywhere. And from 3 to 6 this afternoon is live coverage of the AT&T Byron Nelson Golf Tournament. Again, you can catch all of that right here on News Channel 3. All right, it is 7:46. Time to take a look outside with meteorologist Christina Anthony. And Christina, we've mentioned maybe an okay day for golf, a good day for fishing. What else could people be doing?
As long as you don't use sunshine as your measuring stick, Hannah, today's an okay day. It's just not going to be the brightest day of the bunch. But temperatures returned to 70 degrees yesterday, and we'll make it there again today, despite we can do a little bit of planting and not have to worry about temperatures going into the freezer.
And it finally looks like it's going to start feeling like the end of May as we kind of approach the end of May. It's kind of been back and forth, cold and warm, so hopefully a little bit more consistency.
I think so.
Okay, thanks so much, Christina. The CDC and Michigan introducing new mask guidelines, when they begin and what you need to know, vaccinated or not. The new guidelines also affecting high school sports, what those changes are, and how you can get your teen vaccinated against COVID-19. They're a perfect addition for almost everything: cookies, brownies, pancakes, you name it. What you should get your baking bowls ready to celebrate. Looking ahead to the top stories we'll be following throughout the day here on News Channel 3. Following the latest update on CDC mask guidelines, the 19 states decided to lift mask mandates for fully vaccinated. Stay with us as we follow mask mandate changes across the country today. And in just an hour, fully vaccinated Michigan residents will no longer be required to wear a mask in the majority of indoor spaces. However, the state's 50% indoor dining capacity and 11 p.m. indoor service curfew remains. Governor Whitmer asks businesses to make a good faith effort to post their preferred requirements. West Michigan teens can get vaccinated at 2 clinics today. Kids 12 to 17 will need consent to get the shot. The Allegan County Health Department will be at Hamilton High School from 9 to 4 p.m. with walk-ins available from 10 to 2. And Calhoun County Public Health Department is hosting a drive-through clinic at the fairgrounds. It runs from 9 a.m. to 2:30 this afternoon. Find out about other vaccination clinics in West Michigan and where to sign up on our website, wwmt.com. Those teens getting their vaccines will also no longer have to wear a mask for indoor activities. The MHSAA announces masks are no longer required for outdoor activities as well. Non-vaccinated athletes will still need to test weekly through May. Stay with us as we release more details on the requirements. And just an hour away, the rescheduled Mayor's Ride will commence for Kalamazoo Bike Week. The city of Portage and Kalamazoo's mayors will lead a 10-mile ride as part of the festivities. It's free to riders, but registration is required. You can do that on their website, KalamazooBikeWeek.org.
And you might want to take a bike ride ahead of this. They're sweet, semi-sweet, or dark, Hannah, and they are a favorite of ours and a feature for many of our favorite treats.
Oh, love them. It's National Chocolate Chip Day. The chocolate chips were created at the Toll House Inn in Massachusetts in 1937 by Ruth Graves Wakefield, adding them to her well-known cookies. Her creation led to Nestle producing her pre-made chips in 1941, Nestle, in 1941, and the best way to celebrate is to eat some today. I love chocolate chip cookies. I know you can put them in really anything, but my favorite is a chocolate chip cookie.
Now, do you like the hard cookies or the soft?
Soft.
Soft. Okay.
Soft.
See, I'm
100%.
I'm a hard, like I want it crunchy and burnt.
Really?
Yes. The more burnt, the better. We're all different.
Yeah.
Sealy Auto Group 7-day forecast showcasing the 70s through Monday. And then I think that we have temperatures closer to 80 the rest of the week.
I like my temperatures and my cookies warm. All right, that does it for us here on News Channel 3. We'll see you right back here tomorrow. Have a great day.